Your Honor, this is case number 216 on the calendar in the matter of Gilbert versus Shoemaker. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Miss Gilbert, according to the complaint that I've read, you and the defendant have been good friends since childhood, is that right?
Yes.
And there came a time recently when you were having some hard times.
Yes.
You have 2 children?
Yes.
And at that time you had a boyfriend?
Fiance, yes.
And you volunteered to give them some help?
Yes.
What was the total amount that you loaned to the defendant?
Altogether, there was a total of $8,992 with an additional $925, which was a loan to Kate only, not to the both of them.
Did they sign a note?
They did.
May I see the note, please?
Yes. There's actually 2 separate notes. The first was for the initial amount, and then it got a bit higher. I had them sign another one. Both of them don't even add up to the total amount of what was lent.
Well, this is $7,000.
Yes.
Then there was an additional $1,900. Do you have any notes for those?
I don't have any notes for those amounts. I have a breakdown of everything that I lent them and what it was for.
And what was the $925 just to the defendant?
The $925 was while I was on my honeymoon. I told my mom to give her anything that she needed while I was gone. Just write them a check if anything came up, and I would take care of it when I came back.
Why were you doing this, Miss Gilbert?
She's like a sister to me. We grew up together. Her kids mean a lot to me, and I couldn't let them be on the street.
Well, according to your complaint, you were notified of their difficulty at a time when you were planning your wedding, and you allowed the defendant, her boyfriend, and the 2 children to move into your home.
Yes.
How long did they live in your home?
They moved in the very end of August. They were there until a week before my wedding because my landlord insisted that they leave at that point. I would have let them stay longer.
When was your wedding?
October 15th.
Where did they go?
They went to hotels. I paid for them to be in a hotel while I was gone on my honeymoon. I arranged all of that before I left.
How did you arrange for payment for the hotel?
I gave them money.
Is that right?
Yes.
Are you still with the same fiancé?
No, I'm not.
What happened to him?
At the time that Danielle assisted us and helped us financially, we were debating and considering separating. We had just had a baby. My son was under a year old.
What did he do for a living?
He was a general contractor.
So why didn't you have any money?
There were numerous months where he was unemployed, partly by his choice and partly due to lack of work and due to the fact that we moved. We couldn't find a rental in the area that we were living in. Danielle suggested that we could stay with her and relocate from New Hampshire to Massachusetts, where it might be easier for him to find employment. She tried to offer us opportunities and alternatives.
How much of this money did you repay?
I have no records. I have nothing to show you for what I paid. I worked for her at her business for approximately 4 months at $10 an hour. The majority of what I made was never given to me. It was just paid back toward what I owed.
How much?
I would say approximately $4,800 is what I came up with. But again, she kept track of everything. Lots of things were cash, lots of things were verbal.
You would have no reason, considering her kindness, to believe that she would cheat you.
I'm not, no.
Right?
Right.
That she wouldn't keep accurate records and make sure that she made notes of every dime that you gave her
Exactly.
to return this money. All right. And you kept those records?
I did.
How much did she pay you in total?
I received $1,371.40 from her pay. She worked for about 14 weeks, not 4 months. And she was only working about 15 hours a week, so it wasn't like it was a substantial paycheck to begin with. So for the first 6 weeks, I received half of the paycheck.
Oh, no, you don't have to explain it to me. The defendant
Okay.
has already indicated that she totally trusts your math. She has nothing. You say in total she has repaid $1,371.40 in total.
For working for me. I received
Checks.
2 payments from the both of them. One was for $100, which was given on February 3rd, and the other was for $90, which was given on February 10th, which was a total of $1,561.40.
So?
My position is I signed these agreements, these promissory notes, with somebody. There were 2 of us that accepted these loans, but I'm the only one that's ever made a payment on this loan, ever. And it was known from the beginning how horrible and chaotic my relationship and separation was. It was known.
Why did you permit your oldest and dearest friend to contract with someone, not you, I'm talking
Right.
about the boyfriend, when you say the relationship was horrible. You were on the verge of breaking up with him before you moved in with her.
I know where you're going, and I can
Why
answer
would
it.
you do that to your friend?
Because she was helping me and my kids so that we didn't end up, if I had walked away from him at that point, which she offered, just leave him, you and the kids come stay with me.
Right.
Right? And at that point, we had a newborn. We had a new baby. Things were hectic. Things were totally dysfunctional. She offered to help us and enable us to maybe get on our feet.
She didn't give a rat's behind about him.
No, she didn't. And she made that clear from the very beginning.
Oh, see how smart she is. She didn't care.
No, she
care about
said-
him.
She
but
said
she
to me-
fed him,
She did.
and she housed him. He ate 3 meals a
And
day.
these are
or
the things
2
I
meals a
know.
day.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not
so
with
I don't
him.
understand why, you took an awful lot of money from her. He didn't have any family?
No, he has nothing. He's pathetic. He has nothing. And her help was not to him. Her help was to me and my children because that's what she cared about. But she did have us sign the promissory note so that in the event that him and I separated, because that was always in everybody's mind that he would be held responsible for repaying part of this loan. It was, to my attention, he said he had paid about $2,000. He said he paid $1,000 and then 2 $600 payments to her. She has said to me and indicated that he's made no payments other than, I think, about a $600 payment. So,
Did he make a $600 payment to you?
It wasn't quite 600. I believe I have 215. What happened is, after those deductions, I had a balance of $7,430.60. That's when they split. And that's not including the $925. That was only to her, not to him at all. When they
and
split,
I'm not disputing that. That's correct.
I put it in half. I said that they each owed me $3,715.30, and that I expected each one of them to be responsible for that amount. I am suing him. I don't even know where he lives, but I am going after him for $3,500 because I did get $200 from him.
Okay. Was this $3,715 after the deduction for the money that she had from working at your place of business?
Yes. Because I never considered, and neither did she, and neither did he, consider that her working for us was a payment from her. They were still engaged at that point. It was never an arrangement that it was only money coming from her, ever.
Danielle Gilbert says when former friend Sarah Kate Shoemaker was down on her luck, she stepped in with a loan. Danielle says she's never been repaid.
Go ahead.
The money that I made while I worked there and that was applied to the loan did come from both of us, but he could care less about her. It was never that I tried to avoid the loan. It was that after a year of trying to make it work with this person, to this day right now, standing before you, I would still be working for her. I'm not, and I haven't been, and
Why?
because he put such strain on our relationship that I had to leave with my kids and go to a safe house. Literally,
Are you working now?
I'm a student. I get aid for my housing as long as I'm in school full
To
time.
pay child support?
I don't even know where he is, Your Honor. Trust me, I have 2 kids, and I'd like to get support from him. I'd like to see him pay back what he owes her. I'd like to see him.
What about you?
What do you
still-
mean? What about me?
You still owe her money, about $4,700.
I'm aware of that, and I tried to make arrangements with her based on what my income is at this point. But I mean, I've had my 2 kids. We've relocated under severe circumstances. It wasn't like I packed my bags. It was completely crazy, and it was hectic.
But I haven't heard from her until I filed this suit.
For how long?
She stopped working for me in March because she didn't show up one day. And I called, I told him that our friendship was over. I
What
wanted
kind of
to make-
business?
It's a restaurant. Our friendship was over and that I'd had it and that I was done helping and that I needed to make payment arrangements. And she said she would make payment arrangements with me, but it would lead into, oh, Monday I'll give you this amount, and then Tuesday would come and I'll give you this amount on Wednesday. Until finally I never heard from her again. She relocated, like she said. I didn't know where she was. I had no way to find her. I had no way to even get her served. I happened to see her driving around town one day, and I followed her, and that's how I got her address so that I could get her served. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be standing here. I wouldn't even know where she was.
And him?
I have no idea.
Did you file for child support against him?
I did. We have a hearing on October 11th. I left the residence, went to the hospital due to an assault, filed a restraining order, and at the same time, I filed for custody and support. It's never been that I want to screw my friend, but I mean, I have an income of like $1,000 a month and 2 kids, and I don't have anything I can give her. I mean, I wish I had $10,000 to pull out of my back pocket and give it to her,
She
but I
would
don't.
be happy if you sent her $50 a month.
I'm
And
sure
would
she
have-
would. I wish I had
and
$50 a month to send her.
Oh, yes, you could have $50 a month to send her.
Yeah, if
If
Yes,
they
you
both
can.
just would have kept in contact with me and let me know what was going
Yeah,
on,
you
it
can.
would have been a little better.
Anybody can earn a little bit of extra money. I don't care if you babysit. I mean, that's what you do if you owe that kind of money. You can't just say, oh, my woe is me. You know, everybody's against me. And
Well, I'm a
sky is
student
falling.
full-time, and I do work
You have-
part-time.
just
I'm
a
an
second.
accountant, and that's how I have an income at all. But I've relocated.
But this is an obligation that you have. Even a showing of good faith would have satisfied this lady.
I kept in contact with her until August, the end of July. And it's never been that I've tried to avoid her or whatever, but I've had restraining orders and court hearings and custody and trying to find housing for me and my kids
When did she make this loan to you? In what year?
in 2000,
So we're talking about a good long period
a
of
year
time.
ago. But any amount of money that's ever been paid back on this loan has come from me.
But the arrangement was they were together, but I
Right.
received this money from them, not from her.
But it was me that went to
Miss
work every
Gilbert.
day.
Miss Gilbert, no good deed goes unpunished. And you should have been smart enough to know that she had no income before. All she had was this loser. If you were making this loan, you had to make this loan and say, I hope I get it back.
I really thought she was going to be working with me and that I was going to be controlling her paychecks, and I really thought it was going to be entirely
She's
different.
having a very hard time negotiating life. But she has to start taking care of this responsibility too. And there's no issue with regard to the money. The money is $4,700. And that's without his half. And really, by virtue of this loan, she's really being very nice and saying, you know, she's going to go after him for the other half. Both of you are responsible for this loan.
I know.
Each one of you, individually and jointly, which means if she can't find him, she had every right to say, I want you to pay back this whole amount. You understand that?
I do.
She's not even suing for that. She's suing for half.
Because she's not like that.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,700. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step.
I really felt like she let me down on a personal level, had nothing to do with the money.
It definitely will never be the same.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Ron versus Bergen. Step forward, please.
27-year-old substitute teacher Sheila Ron is suing her former roommate, 20-year-old student Bernadette Bergen. Sheila says after a night of partying, Bernadette's cousin, George Smith, urinated on her couch.
Miss Ron, according to your complaint, there came a time in May that she moved in with you. There was a roommate arrangement. She was supposed to pay some rent. Didn't work out. After several months, she left, and you claim she owes you some money.
Yes, ma'am.
Defendant says she's fully paid. When did she move in?
For all practical purposes, May 1st.
May 1st. And what was the arrangement as far as rent, utilities, her share of the expenses?
She agreed to pay me $300 per month rent, plus half of the bills and her phone bill.
What happened?
Well, things were going great. We got along well until she had her cousin over and some stains were found on my couch the next day. Come to find out it was urine. And I told her that I did not want...
How did you find out it was urine?
It was quite obvious.
Did she tell you what happened?
I don't believe she knew exactly.
This is the cousin.
This is the cousin, yes.
When was this?
This would have been August 1st.
So everything was fine from May till August.
I'm sorry, ma'am. The first time was before August 1st. The second time was on August 1st.
When was the... Well, let's... When was the first time?
The first time would have been a couple weeks before that.
Did you have a discussion with her about it?
We did.
What was the discussion?
Well, I just made it clear that I didn't want him to stay overnight again. She didn't really want to believe that it was urine. She was hoping that he had spilled a beer, and turned out it wasn't that. And so we left that alone in the agreement that he wouldn't stay over again.
Okay. And what happened August 1st?
He stayed over again. I noticed in the morning urine on the floor where he was sleeping, iced tea spilled on the couch where presumably she was sleeping, and vomit all over my bathroom rugs and towels.
Did you have a discussion, I assume?
Yes, we did.
A heated discussion.
I'm afraid so.
What did she tell you?
She had apologized. She just said things got out of control and she was having a hard time getting him to sleep in the bed where she wanted him to sleep in her bed, because I had said if he is going to stay over, have him sleep in your bed. I didn't want urine on my couch or any of the
Floor
things.
or
Anywhere.
anything else? Okay. And then she left.
Yes.
When did she leave?
That was on August the 6th.
Had you told her to move out?
No, ma'am.
That was nice of you. What kind of money do you claim she owes you?
I claim that she owes me $262.80 Now that is for July bills that were not paid, August bills that were not paid, carpet and sofa cleaning, and for the rugs and towels that were taken, that were gone.
I assume that those are the rugs and towels. Is that right?
It looks like that, yes.
Okay, so let's delete the rugs and towels.
I've already replaced them.
Okay, now you have 2 sets.
Okay.
Is she paid up as far as her rent is concerned?
As far as rent is concerned, yes.
Cleaning. What was the cost of all the cleaning?
The carpet and sofa cleaning was $74.20.
That's reasonable enough. What other bills?
July bills, I have the half of the gas bill, cable bill, and her telephone bill.
Can I see them, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, we have gas, telephone, cable, electricity. I mean, it all doesn't amount to a whole lot. Minus the towels and stuff, it's $2.25. So why don't you owe her this money?
Well, I did pay her my July bills. I gave her $300 when I moved out in August.
What was that for? Had you paid rent for August?
No, because I only lived there for 6 days, so I gave her $100 for August rent, and I paid her July bills and half of carpet cleaning.
So your position is, Ms. Bergen, that you moved out on August 6th.
Yes.
You paid her August rent, and that should cover the 6 days plus any of these outstanding bills.
Yes.
That's your position?
Yes.
Wrong. You chose to move out August 6th. She didn't tell you to move. Let us assume that you weren't in a roommate situation. You lived in a big apartment complex. And let's say you decide to move out of your big apartment complex, and you've paid your August rent, as you had to, on the 1st of the month. You think you could say to the landlord, I only lived there for 6 days in August, so that whatever extra rent you have because I wasn't there, pay all my bills?
No.
Of course not. She didn't evict you, although she should have. You drink a lot?
No.
You have a bladder problem?
Her statement about the urine is false.
What about the vomit?
The vomit was with another cousin. We had gone out to celebrate his birthday, and he came back, and he was the one who had vomited on the car.
So she's
on
got
the
a
rugs.
problem with a couple of cousins.
We had just gone out for his 21st, so he was very drunk at the time,
Not you.
and I was also.
Sit down. Good. All right, this is a very easy case. You're $225. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's it.
Yes, case number 280 on the calendar in the matter of Pennington versus Strange. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
You two ladies, according to this complaint that I've read, were very good friends, and you were getting married. You asked the plaintiff to be your matron of honor at the wedding. She agreed. She purchased a dress, which she paid for. There was some sort of a disagreement. You were uninvited to the wedding and uninvited to be part of the bridal party. You want to be reimbursed for the dress, as well as, according to you, a lot of mental anguish, which we'll get to in a minute. The defendant has a cross-complaint for some sort of an assault and undermining some guests' appearance at the wedding. She said that you convinced some people not to come to the wedding, and she's got a lot of mental anguish, too. She's also countersuing for an assault. Okay, very sad. How long had you been friends?
8 years,
When was the wedding planned?
September 14th of this year.
Okay, so now tell me what happened.
Okay, on September 8th, it was on a Saturday, Lori and I and a few of our friends decided to go out. It was a week before her wedding. Lori didn't want anything big because at the time her father was sick, so she didn't know if she had to cancel or not, so she did, she didn't want anything big.
You mean like a bachelorette party?
Yes. So we had decided to go to a pizza place, San Fratello's. At San Fratello's, we waited for about an hour. We were downstairs talking. Then they came up and they got us to sit at our table. And while we were sitting there, they were just talking about things they had did the night before. Now the night
Who was talking about?
it was Lori and the girls who were sitting at the table, the people standing up in the wedding. Now I was
Other members of the wedding party?
Yes, her family. Okay. I have a letter from Lori.
Tell me letter. So
Okay.
what happened? So they were talking about something that they had done the evening before.
Right. They were altering dresses. They were doing party favors, and they were making seating arrangements. All of that I was excluded from.
Okay.
Didn't understand. So they're talking about how they had a good night that Friday night, blah, 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 this. And I asked Lori, when did you plan on telling me about this, Lori? And I can't remember quoted words, but it was basically, you know, it was no big deal, blah, 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 this, and she went downstairs in the bathroom. I therefore followed her. We were both upset. Lori and I were talking. She said it was nothing to hurt my feelings. She wanted to have a family get-together. And I told her, you know, that it hurt my feelings. I was hurt. She started telling me there was a bunch of her family members that did not like me, okay, and...
So, something happened in the bathroom, according to her.
Yes, we got in an argument. It wasn't an argument, it was just basically our sides of the story, you know.
But according to you, nothing physical took place there?
No,
Okay.
nothing at all. She was in the bathroom stall.
Okay, so nothing physical took
No.
place, according to you. Did you spend the rest of the evening together?
Yes, we did.
When did she uninvite you to the wedding?
I came home on a Wednesday, September 12th, and after work I went in my mailbox and there was a letter in there from Lori, and I read the letter, and she uninvited me.
Okay. How much did you spend on the wedding?
$115 for the dress, and that was it.
Well, then tell me why you're suing her for
I am
$115
suing
for the
her-
dress, $885.
Okay, I am suing her $115.50 for the dress.
Right.
Okay, I am suing her for my lost wages because I took off of work that day.
Which day?
Friday, the day of the wedding, September 14th.
Yes.
Okay. I am suing for my husband's lost wages because he also took off of work. And I am suing for $500 mental distress because what she did was hurt me, and she didn't just hurt me, she hurt a lot of other people.
You don't get paid for that, Miss Pennington. You don't get paid for hurt feelings. And you don't get paid for your husband's lost wages. If he wanted to go to work, he would have gone to work. And you don't get paid for your lost wages. You change your mind, you want to go to work, you go to work. Your dress cost $115.50. Okay. Now, let's hear your side of the story. Tell me first, because I read your answer. What happened in the bathroom?
When we were in the bathroom, I had walked away from the table, went down to the bathroom, and actually I was doing my business in the bathroom when she swung open the door. So of course I had to get up and, you know, put my clothes on and everything, you know, and I tried to get out of the bathroom. She pushed me, and she did it twice because I kept trying to get out of the bathroom. And as I was trying to get out of the bathroom, Tammy was in there trying to tell her to let me go. She's like trying to calm her down. My girlfriend Lisa was in the washroom also, and the waitress and the owner were. She grabbed my arm, and as I kept trying to get out, she would swing me back twice. I finally got out of the bathroom. I mean, and during all that, she even told the restaurant owner to F off. You know, and it was just, I finally got out. Then the police came.
Were you injured?
Huh?
Were you injured?
No.
Okay. So if one is not injured, then you don't get compensated for injuries if you're not injured.
Correct.
You had an argument with your girlfriend. She pushed you. So what is your countersuit about?
My countersue is about the people that did not show up for the wedding.
Well, tell me about that.
Well, there was 23 people that I had invited to my wedding that I have been friends with because of her. When we met, they were all, you know, it was the group of people we hung around with. I invited them and her family that I was very close to. None of them showed, not one. And, you know, I lost all that money from the wedding, of course. You know, it was a tough decision for me to make this. I mean, if you're good friends, you don't push somebody, you don't grab them.
You also don't tell them that they're not invited to a wedding.
Miss Pennington.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Speak not. Go ahead.
And I feel that, you know, because of that, it was not my fault. She did not have to be that vulgar. She did not have to do that in the bathroom. She could have called me.
Listen, there's no question. You had an argument in the bathroom. What makes you think that everything is worth a lawsuit?
It's not.
It's not. You're absolutely right. So the argument is not worth a counterclaim. And if I understand your part about the guests, what you're saying is she convinced certain guests not to attend the wedding because she wasn't going?
Well, they probably didn't go because she wasn't going to be in it, so they figure, why
I had
go?
no control over that.
Just a second.
I mean,
First of all, she's anticipating what I'm saying, and it's irritating to me. Don't anticipate what I'm going to say.
Amber Pennington says after an argument with former friend Lori Strange, she was uninvited to Lori's wedding. Amber is suing for the cost of her bridesmaid's dress.
Miss Strange, she's absolutely right. She has no control over these people. If she said to them, I would prefer that you not attend the wedding because she hurt my feelings, they had the option of saying, I'm crazy about Lori, and I'm going to the wedding anyway. So she has no control over whether they go or not. So you have no counterclaim. Why don't you think that you're responsible for her dress?
why don't I?
Yeah.
For one, she left it at my house. She came to try it on there. Didn't even take it. She said she didn't want it altered. And then she called me when she got the letter saying she wanted her dress back. Well, come and get it. I mean, I'm not
what
going
is
to
she gonna-
deliver it to you,
Your Honor,
after
that's
everything
why-
that happened.
You don't understand.
Okay.
You were supposed to be matron of honor?
Yes, ma'am.
It has been my experience, my vast experience, that bridesmaids' dresses, and these dresses were made or ordered specifically for the bridesmaids and matron of honor, they're usually the ugliest suckers around. I don't know a living soul who has ever put on one of those dresses again. They buy them, they never look right, they always, you know, look like prom dresses spruced up. So she has absolutely no use for this dress. So what I'm asking you is, whether she had it altered or not, she was intending to be part of your wedding. At the last minute, once the dress was purchased, you told her that you didn't want her to be in the wedding. You had an argument. I mean, it's the kind of argument that probably should have been resolved. She had hurt feelings because she felt she was excluded from a party that you had before. It may not have been a party, it may just have been a family get-together, but she was very honest with you about her feelings. You may have been a little overly sensitive and a little immature. If some of her family got together the night before and you weren't invited, so what? Why would you want to do anything to spoil her wedding if she was your good friend?
It had nothing to do with spoiling her wedding. It had to be
No.
included in her wedding.
No. It had to do with spoiling her
No,
wedding.
It did not.
Miss Pennington, I'm going to try one more time. What you're supposed to say if she's your good friend is, it's not about me. You have to repeat that mantra. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about me. This is her day. It's all about her. And if my feelings were hurt, if I were a mature adult, I would have waited until perhaps a week or so after the wedding, maybe when they got back from their honeymoon, if they went on one and said, I just want to tell you, my feelings were really hurt that I wasn't invited the night before when you had some people over, because I thought we were really good friends. That's what a mature adult does. A spoiled, self-centered person, however, 2 days before or 3 days before a wedding, to create a scene and a fuss to diminish the joy of the wedding is just that, a selfish, self-centered person. That's you. But you happen to be a selfish, self-centered person who was entitled to her $115.50 back because she did, in fact, say, you're not welcome at the wedding. You had a loss. You're entitled to that loss. Not all the other things that you're suing for. Your lost wages, your husband's lost wages, your pain and suffering, your break. And Miss Strange, you are not assaulted in the bathroom. You had a fight with your girlfriend in the bathroom. That does not rise to the level of an assault. And the fact that some guests decided not to show up because she had been uninvited also does not create a cause of action. So your counterclaim is dismissed. The judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $115.50. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
My mind, would I think something like this would happen?
It wasn't upsetting. It was very hurtful.
I can finally say this is over, it's done with.
I lost a very good friend.
I can go on with my life.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Brown versus Mazzaros, step forward, please.
20-year-old food server Jennifer Brown is suing former friend, 23-year-old student Bridget Mazzaros for unpaid babysitting fees. Bridget claims Jennifer was negligent and is countersuing for the money she's already paid.
Ms. Brown, you are suing the defendant for daycare services that you provided for her children. She has a counterclaim, and her counterclaim is she wants you to pay her back the money that she did in fact pay you because she said you didn't do a good job. That's part of your counterclaim,
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Then she's got some claim with regard to her son being injured while in your care, and then she's got a claim that has something to do with cats. So we'll take that in a minute. When did you start to babysit for her?
I started babysitting on September 1st, 2000.
And how many months did you babysit for her?
I babysat for 5 months.
What was the financial arrangement?
I was getting paid $612 a month.
And according to your complaint, the defendant was getting that money from the state
Yes,
for daycare services.
yes.
And the check that she received from the state was how much?
$612.
So far, is that correct?
Yes.
Then there came a time after 2 months, you said, that she stopped paying you.
Yes.
What happened to the 3 months' pay that she is owed?
Well, actually, she's wrong about when she started daycare. She started in the end of August, the first week of the end of August, because my then
Fine.
common-law
So we got the end of August.
partner, I didn't pay her because she didn't do her job, basically.
Why did you fire her?
I tried to fire her. I actually tried to get my sister in to babysit. I tried putting them in daycare.
No. Why didn't you say, don't come here anymore?
Because my ex-boyfriend wouldn't watch my kids. I was in school. I couldn't.
So what does that have to do with her, madam? Is there something wrong with your brain? If you were not happy with her services, then you
I
fire
did
her.
complain to her. She wouldn't listen to me. I'd come home, she'd be under the influence of marijuana, and my son got hurt because
Ms.
of her.
Mazzaros, what were you doing with the checks that you did, in fact, receive from the state each month for $612? You did, in fact, receive the checks. Now, what were you doing with her checks?
Well, I didn't give her the money, but I didn't spend it either.
You're a hustler. Ms. Mazzaros, if someone was watching my children and I was dissatisfied with the quality of the care that was provided, I would not let them near my children.
Well, I didn't have a choice. My ex-boyfriend would let her in the door when I wasn't there or I was
You call
sleeping.
the police and you say to them, I need a restraining order because someone is trespassing in my home.
They won't put a restraining order up unless she does something physical to me or my children. I've tried this before.
The $612 was not meant for you.
I didn't spend it. I sent it back to the government.
I don't believe you. You're a liar. You're a liar. Nobody sends a check back to the government.
You do if you're overpaid.
No, no, no. You did not send a check back to the government.
I didn't spend the money.
You may not have spent it, you may have put it in a bank someplace, but don't try to tell me that you sent your check back and said, I don't want this check.
No, I sent the cash back. I cashed them and I sent them back.
Stop, 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 stop. Hey! Behave yourselves.
I'm not lying about that. I'm telling you.
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. You are lying. Period. Lying.
Okay.
So you know what happens when you lie? I'm not even going to
lying.
entertain your counterclaim.
I'm not lying in this case.
Oh, you are. Oh, you are. If you told me that first you signed the check and sent it back to the government with a little note that said, I'm being overpaid, and then you said, no, 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 excuse me, I didn't do that. I cashed the checks and sent the cash back to the government. That's what you just told me.
Yes, and that's what I did. And I phoned daycare more than once and told them not to send any more because she was not doing her job.
How much do you believe that?
It doesn't ring right.
No, it doesn't ring right. It doesn't ring right because it's not true. On the plaintiff's claim, without any further ado, I am awarding her $1,836. Now, the only thing I'm going to hear from you, I don't want to hear anything about your cats.
Okay.
All I want you to do is tell me about your son being injured that she's responsible for.
Well, on January 23rd, she was taking my sons, Nicholas and Austin, to speech therapy.
Just one second. She picked the children up at your house?
Yes, she took them to speech.
Shh, I'm speaking.
Sorry.
Who was at home when she took the children for speech therapy?
I do believe my ex was. I'm not sure I was at school.
Had you seen her at all that day?
Had I seen her? Yes, when she came home that night with the kids.
Prior to her coming home?
No.
Had you seen her the day before?
Yes.
Who advised her of the speech therapy appointments?
I probably did at the time, yes.
Of course you did. This person who you didn't trust with your children, who you didn't pay because she was not taking good care of your children, you told her when the speech therapy appointments were and what time she had to be there. So she was taking the children for their speech therapy appointments at your request.
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement?
Pretty much, yeah.
Good. So what happened?
Well, they were on an accident, or they were on a bus, public transit bus, on the way home from speech therapy. She let my younger son, Austin, run to the back by himself, left him back there. The bus got into an accident, it rear-ended a car, and he went up in his seat. There was no one to grab him from hitting the seat, and he was injured in the accident.
Show me a medical report.
Here you go. I also have the statement from the accident, if you'd like that as well.
No.
Okay.
Did you retain an attorney?
No, we filed a claim with ICBC. It's the Insurance Corporation of British Columbia.
And what happened with that?
Well, because his father wouldn't take him to the doctor to have him checked out a second time, they won't settle it at all.
What was wrong with him?
He hit his neck and his shoulder and his back on the pole when he went up in the air. And they said that due to him being left alone, even if he does get anything, it'll be a very small amount because he was not being attended to properly.
Oh, baloney.
That's what...
Baloney. Now, if a public bus rear-ends a car and somebody is injured, then they are responsible if there is an injury. If you're lying and there was no injury, that he got bumped around a little bit, then they're not going to pay anything.
No, they said that once the case has been settled, that he will get $800 or $900, but it will be in trust until he's 18. But
That's
his father
fine.
has to
That's
settle
all the
it.
case is worth. He got bounced around a little bit. If you were not satisfied with the plaintiff's services, you terminate her. You don't kvetch. I'm dismissing your whole counterclaim because I don't like people who come into court and lie. On your claim, I'm awarding you $1,836. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step. Case number 284 on the calendar in the matter of Patton versus Shumway Nair. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Young man, have a seat, please.
Mr. Patton, according to your complaint, the defendant and her 16-year-old son owe you for money as a result of the son's burglarizing of your home on several occasions. Their defense is that they do not deny, the young man does not deny that he entered your home illegally, but that on the date that you say the majority of the damage was done, somebody else did it. Right?
I believe so.
Tell me the first time you noticed that someone had been in your home.
I hadn't moved in yet, but I had the house furnished and was about to move in. And I came to the house one evening to bring some linens from my son's bedroom, and I noticed a police car in front of the defendant's house. And I walked into my house and noticed that there was some damage done.
Tell me about the damage.
I saw some pizza in the carpet. I saw the pizza container in the trash can. A Nestle Toll House cookie container or package was completely consumed and in the trash.
Had you brought these things into the house?
Not the pizza. The cookies I had put in the refrigerator, right.
Okay.
A bottle of Goldschlager was gone, and a half a bottle of vodka. The bed in my bedroom, the linens were all brand new, had all been pulled down and looked like somebody had slept in it. Let me see, 2 towels were missing. My jacuzzi cover was open, and the jacuzzi was running. And I hadn't been there in about a week at this time.
So you had not moved into this home yet? You
Correct.
were in the process of furnishing it?
Correct.
Go ahead.
And I thought, well, I better go outside. There's a police officer outside. I better go out and report this. And before I could get to the police officer, the defendant's younger sister approached me and told me that her brother had shot my windows out with a BB gun. And I hadn't seen that yet. That was on the whole side of the house that faces their house. So then I approached the police officer, and he was there to take the BB gun from the defendant at that time. That's why he was there. And on another case, I guess, I don't know. And he came over to my house, and I talked to him, and they just, talked about arresting him or pressing charges. And the defendant's mother said, if they make restitution, we won't press charges or arrest the defendant. So
the defendant's mother came to you and said that she would make
the same evening, right, the same evening.
Tell me the best that you can recall the extent of the conversation.
Well, the defendant's stepmother or stepfather wanted the son arrested. I guess there's been previous problems, but the mother didn't. She assured me that I'd get the money back for the broken windows and any other damages.
What did he say? Anything?
I've never talked to him. Never have one time.
He was not there?
No, he wasn't.
Did you get an estimate for the windows?
The estimate was $605.
$605. What other damage was there?
About a week after I moved into the house had appeared to have been broken into again. And this time, I noticed I came in the house and the computer was on. We had been out of town, and we came back and the computer was on. I went upstairs to my bedroom, and in my headboard of my bedroom, I keep a pistol locked, and that was broken open. And the bullets were missing, but the gun was still there. The spa cover had been torn with a knife. I checked my telephone, and I hit redial on my phone, and the phone number came up to the defendant's house. At that time, I called the police again, and they came out, and it was the same story. They tried to tell me they weren't in the house this time.
Who's they?
The defendant's mother and the stepfather.
Did you ever get the money for the windows?
Well, they had finally told me that they had the money for it and to go ahead and have it fixed. When we came time to collect, that same day, the stepfather and the mother I guess they separated, and there was no money.
Let's have it.
Some of the accusations that Mr. Patton has are true. I admit to that. I made a bad mistake.
How many times did you enter his house illegally?
3.
Give me the dates.
I don't know the dates. I wasn't.
Well, what did you do the first time you went to his house?
The first time, my sister was playing in the backyard, and she threw a ball accidentally into the backyard. She couldn't get it, so I went over there. And the first time, I was just looking in the windows. Second time, I went over the door, sliding glass door was cracked open. I went in.
And what did you do in the house?
The cookie dough container that was opened, I had that. I ate that.
What about the pizza?
I have, pizza was not me.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Did you ever have anyone else with you in the house?
No, I did not.
Never?
Never.
But you slept in his bed?
No, I did not.
Did you sit in his bed?
No.
What else did you do?
That day, that was it. I just left.
You went into the house a third time?
Yes.
What did you do the third time?
Third time, the towels that he mentioned were missing. I was using those, and I went in his jacuzzi.
And it was just you. What time of the day or evening was this?
It was between 3:30 and 5.
Did you drink any of his alcohol?
No.
Did you ever make a phone call from his home?
No.
How old is your sister?
The one mentioned is 7 now.
You have another sister?
Yes, she's 12.
Did she ever go in with you into the house?
No.
So you did this all on your own?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Have you ever been arrested before?
Yes.
For what?
Stealing.
Stealing what?
I can't exactly remember. I was around 12.
Stealing from where?
Walmart.
Now, why don't you tell me about shooting out his windows?
That was out of boredom. It's a mistake I made, and I'm sorry.
When the police were called to your house on the day that Mr. Patton says the police were there, they were there, he indicates, to remove the BB gun.
Yes.
So there must have been a complaint from someone about you with the BB gun.
Before Mr. Patton was there, I had already been caught, and...
Caught doing what?
I was, my stepdad found me in the jacuzzi, and I admitted that I did break the windows with the BB gun.
So it was your stepfather who called the police?
I don't know who it was.
Who called the police?
I did.
Eddie Patton says next-door neighbor 16-year-old Christopher Shumway broke into his house and vandalized it. Christopher admits to using the jacuzzi and eating cookie dough, but says that's it.
Mr. Patton says he has not been reimbursed for any of the damage. Why not?
Well, he made that agreement between himself and my estranged husband. And when my husband left, he had already told me that he had given the money to Mr. Patton, which apparently was not so. And so when my husband left, so went the money.
Okay, well, it's not your husband's responsibility. This is not his child. This is your responsibility. Other than the $605 for the windows, Mr. Patton, what other damage did your property suffer?
The cleaning of the carpet for the pizza, and then the spa cover, which is going to have to be replaced. I haven't done yet.
How much was that?
$418.
$418.
And 88 cents.
And I beg to differ with these figures.
Why is that?
Because when we had the conversation in his kitchen, he said that the spa cover was no big deal. He knew somebody that could repair that. And the quote on the windows was $325.
You have something on the windows for me, sir?
I have a receipt for that, Your Honor.
Can I see it, please?
Construction company. My brother-in-law works for that company, and he did the labor for free for me. So there's no labor charge on that.
He's never presented us with a receipt.
Well, you can take a look at it. He doesn't have to repair a spa cover. He was moving into a brand new house with brand new sheets, everything nice and neat. The invasion of someone's home by somebody, by a burglar, eating, messing up the place. There isn't a question in my mind that your son did all of that. Not a question. He knows it, and I know it. He may have been with somebody else. If he chooses to keep that a secret, that's totally up to him. But it is far too coincidental to think that someone else would come and do pretty much the same thing as your son did. Take a jacuzzi, not steal anything else from the house, and just come in and generally vandalize it. That's his MO. So you're suing for $1,113.79, and I'm awarding you that judgment. Listen, you're 16 years old. You've already had 2 experiences with the law. This one you got away with because, according to you, you committed no less than 2 acts of burglary. Whether you go into a house and eat cookie dough or steal a diamond necklace, the value of what you steal has absolutely nothing to do with the charge. The charge is still burglary, because the definition of burglary is breaking and entering into the dwelling of another with intent to commit a crime therein. And you did commit a crime by taking property that didn't belong to you. And I don't care, it makes no difference to me or the law whether it was cookie dough. So you got away cheap. Now, I don't know what happened to you as a result of your first theft. Probably nothing. Did you go to court on that case when you were 12 years old?
No, I was given counseling and community service.
Probably a big mistake. Maybe if they had sent you to juvenile hall for a couple of days, we might not have been here today. In any event, the judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,113 as requested. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It was kind of exciting to move into a place that was brand new, everything new inside, and that kind of changed the outcome of that.
I won't do that again.
Justice is served.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hamilton versus Seiler, step forward, please.
24-year-old nursing assistant Sean Hamilton is suing his ex-girlfriend, 21-year-old nursing assistant April Seiler, for destroying his 52-inch television set. April says she caught Sean cheating.
This is Miss Seiler, who has a very bad temper. Mr. Hamilton, you and Miss Seiler were living together for several years. You have a child together.
Yes.
According to your complaint, the defendant became irrationally jealous because she had heard some rumors of you fooling around at work. And one day she came to work, she confronted you, she saw you talking to this woman. When you got home from work, you found that she had destroyed a 52-inch television set. Is that right?
Yep.
So let me hear. That's what he's suing for. When did you destroy his television set? On what date?
July 20th, I think.
And tell me what happened on July 20th.
I went up to work and I've seen him.
His work?
Our work.
You work at the same place?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And he was talking to a female, and I asked him what was going on, and he said that they were just friends. And so I said, well, that's not what I've heard. So I went home, and he stayed with...
And that's all that was the whole conversation?
Basically, and he stayed with the girl. And I went
And you said,
home,
that's not what I've heard, and you left?
I said, that's not what I've heard. You guys have been seeing each other. And she said, it's not like that. And he said, we're just friends. And I said, whatever, and I walked away.
Okay.
And then I went home, and I was talking to my mom on the phone.
You were telling your mother what had happened?
Yes, and I was very mad, so I said, oh, and I hate him, and I kicked the TV. And there's like a big hole, and my whole foot like went inside the TV.
So you destroyed the television?
Mm-hmm. And then a couple minutes later, he came home and said he was going to sue me and took the money that was left to get by with for the week and left.
How much did he take?
Maybe $300, $400.
And then whose money was that?
Ours.
When you were living together, you pooled your money?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
You pooled your money. So this $300 or $400, how much was it that you took when you
It was approximately $300. But Your Honor, later on in the week, I did come back and I did give her some money.
How much money did he give you later on in the week?
Hmm? He gave me money before the incident for bills, but he never gave me any money.
Afterwards?
Yeah.
The moral of the story is never fool around with a man's 52-inch television set.
And can I say another thing?
Sure.
This was like 2 weeks before football season, so...
You're not endearing yourself to me, Mr. Hamilton. Go ahead.
He's done this before in the past, and the girl confronted me and said that he had been asking her out, emailing her, he's been calling her on the phone, and I have, it's going to be 2 kids with him.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
The 2 of you are not married.
No, ma'am.
You're going to have 2 children.
Yes.
Why aren't you married?
Money.
What do you mean money?
Well, I've offered to marry her, just go and get married now, and then, later, we could have our big wedding or whatever, but you'd have to ask her.
Why didn't you get married 2 years ago?
Can't trust him.
You can't trust him enough to marry him, but you trust him enough to have 2 children with him?
Yeah.
Mr. Hamilton, my next question to you is, if the defendant came up to you and you were talking to this woman and she had some concerns about the relationship that you were having with this woman, why didn't you leave with her and go home and say, listen, it's really nothing. She's really just a friend. Stop getting upset.
All right. First of all, we work at a hospital, okay? It's like 95% female, so I mean, for me sitting with this girl, and she wasn't in her right state of mind or something because she came up and she started swinging at me. I couldn't really get anything out, because I'm like covering up, and then she didn't just walk away, she ran away. I'm at work, I can't just leave work.
Did you start swinging as soon as you came up?
No.
No?
No.
Now, you bought this television set in 1998, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Whose money did you use?
It was mine. I had sold some rims. I had these wheels prior, before we even started dating or anything, and I got $1,200 for them, and then I saved up a little bit of cash and bought the TV.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, but he had been working off and on for the last 2-3 years.
I work on and off. I do lawn. I was doing lawn care at the time, and we get, you can only do lawn care in Michigan because it snows 6 months out of there.
So who was supporting the household when you weren't doing lawn work at the time you booked
I would do
your
odd
television?
jobs in the wintertime, like plow snow. And
Were you working full-time?
Mm-hmm.
And she was working full-time?
Yeah, but I would bring it in a sufficient amount of money, enough to pay the bills and everything.
Where are you living now?
I live at my mom's right now.
You have a TV?
No, ma'am, I don't. I don't have nothing from the house.
I have no furniture?
Nothing.
He took the couch.
I had
and
one
sold
couch
it.
that was in the basement that our cats urinated on for 2 years.
Did you move in that house together?
Yes, but her name's on the house.
But you moved into the house together.
Mm-hmm.
Did you furnish it together?
Yeah.
And when he left, you kept all the furniture except for the couch that was in the basement?
He took his computer. And,
I'm talking about furniture.
yes, because now I'm stuck with the house and I can't afford it, so I'm going to have to sell it. And I told him I'd give him the stuff, but for now it's me and my daughter,
So you have the furniture?
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. She can have the furniture, and I mean, I want my daughter.
He just wants a TV. You see
Yeah.
how important? Because
Well,
football
every time
season.
every time we got in a fight, she told me, get your TV and get the F out. I mean, I feel the TV's mine.
So you need some money to go out and buy a new TV, right?
That'd be nice.
Well, she had a temper tantrum. So when you have a temper tantrum, you got to pay for temper tantrum.
And I have pictures of the TV too, Your Honor.
But believe me, sir, I have a husband. I know what a 52-inch TV is. Now, how much is it going to cost you to buy a TV? You paid $1,200 for this one?
I have receipts here.
Can I see it?
Yes, you can.
How much was the television set? So you got a whole lot of other things here.
I paid $15.49 for my TV.
Okay.
And that model's not made anymore, so they compared it to the model that's out now. That's closest to it.
Well, you may have to get a 48-inch television. And I'm not even going to depreciate it because, Miss Seiler, you ended this relationship, or this relationship was ended, and it seems to me that over the 2 years or more that you were living together, you accumulated certain property that you're keeping. All he wants is his TV. You destroyed it. And he paid $1,549 for it, and I'm issuing a judgment for the plaintiff in that amount.
In the matter of Lede versus Holt. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
All right, I have a complaint and a cross-complaint. And basically, you two people lived together for 5 years. You have a child together. You moved out. You claim that the defendant either destroyed or took some of your property. He says when you moved out, you took his property. That's where we're at, right?
Yes.
Okay. When did you start to live together?
We started in 96, if I'm not mistaken.
And have you been together continuously since 96?
Most of the time, yes. It was more after a while, breakup and separation and coming back.
And how old is your child?
She's 4.
Is there any reason why you didn't get married?
Yes, lots of reasons. Mr. Holt couldn't hold down a job for no more than 2 weeks. He just had one previously for a year and maybe 3-4 months, and he lost that one. The other reasons were Mr. Holt also a lot of times would smoke marijuana. I didn't like that too much, and he'll stop. I'll take him back and start back up. My mistake. Yes. And another thing was Mr. Holt's violent attitude. We have one incident already in 97 for domestic violence, and I took him back for, I know, for many reasons. No, I know, it's a sad story.
But you lived together for 5.5 years.
Yes.
And during that 5.5 years, I assume you were employed?
Yes, I was.
Continuously?
Continuously.
And you were employed sporadically?
Yes, I was, Your Honor.
And who watched the baby when the baby was born?
I did.
While you were working?
No. We had a child care that I was paying for when Mr. Holt would go for his minimum wage job, and then he'll come home and say he's sick. And so the next day, the job wouldn't take him back because he either got sick, complained of a stomach ache or something. So that was on and off. And then when he was home, he would watch her. But I will pay for a sitter because I wanted him to try to get out there and find a job.
Why do you have such trouble keeping a job, Mr.
Your Honor, we got together in 1996. 1997, I had an injury to where I was disabled for a couple years.
What was the nature of your disability?
Well, me and her got into it because she went to go visit her ex-boyfriend. That's the reason why the domestic violence even occurred.
What was the nature of your disability?
I was shot by LAPD. Me and her went through a little confrontation. LAPD came up and they shot me.
Where did they shoot you?
In my leg.
What?
Okay. The reason why he didn't get shot for that, he got shot because he was jumping on me. And the neighbor saw me. He dragged me, and the neighbor called the police. So he got shot for domestic violence and also for having a weapon in your hand.
What kind of weapon?
A knife.
So he was dragging you and he had a knife in his hand?
Yes.
So they disabled him by shooting him in the leg?
Yes.
You were real lucky.
Can I, Your Honor?
Better rain. All right. Let's move on. You finally decided, Ms. Leday, that you had had enough.
Yes.
And you moved out.
Yes.
Okay. What is it that you claim that the defendant either took or destroyed?
Well, previously I had put him out in July. Mr. Hope begged to come back because he was on a lease and he was going to bring the police. So to keep everything down, and because I have kids, I didn't want the police at my house and everything being interrupted. I let Mr. Hope back in. We agreed November that we were going to separate it after the lease was going to be final, and I was going on with my life, he was going on with his. Mr. Hope, meanwhile, the beginning of September up to now, Mr. Hope decided I guess he was going to have to find another place to lay his head and start having an affair on me. So when I found out about the affair, I was upset, of course, and I was angry. So I went home to pack as much stuff as I could. And I left it where Mr. Holt could come back in to get his own belongings.
What do you claim that he either took or destroyed?
He destroyed my whole household, my furniture, my bedroom set. I have photos. I have a police report.
Let me see, please. Was he arrested for this vandalism?
They haven't. They don't know where the case is right now. I went to the police department. They just have it on it because they don't have an address. Or.
So you weren't arrested?
No, ma'am.
You have the receipts for this furniture that you purchased?
Yes, I do.
You made quite a mess here, Mr. Holt.
The only thing that I did was color the couches with ice cone syrup.
What'd you do that for? Well,
why'd I do that? Because she took everything of mine, and everything in the house, she did not buy by herself. It accumulated with us for the last 5 years. None of that stuff
I'm going to get there.
All right.
I mean, I see what you did to these sofas.
Yes, that I did.
She says she bought these sofas in February of 2001, so they were relatively new. Did you buy the furniture, or did she?
She bought the couches. Yes, she did.
So that's the thing that you decided to destroy, the thing that she had bought.
Well,
what?
She took everything of mine. When I came in that house, everything was cleared. Everything, the TVs, the DVD player, the VCR, my PlayStation 2, a car that I helped accumulate with her, all my videotapes that I've been collecting with me and my daughter for over the past years. She took everything of mine. See, I'm not the type of person that would go to court.
Mr. Holt,
like
let me ask you a question, sir. Did you file tax returns last year?
Yes, I did.
How much did you earn on your tax returns last year?
Yeah, I made about
Not about file tax returns last year.
about 1823 for
What's
this year.
1823? 18.
About 23,000.
And how much did you report on your tax returns that you made the year before last?
About 14, 15.
Now, did you file tax returns last year?
Yes, I did.
How much did you earn on your tax returns last year?
My total earnings were 52.
52,000.
Yes.
So it's clear who was maintaining the household, because on what you earn, sir, you can hardly support yourself.
Sylvia Leday says when she confronted ex-boyfriend Troy Holt about him cheating, he doused her couches with snow cone syrup.
Okay. Mr. Holt, do you have other children other than this child?
Yes, I do.
Where are your other children?
One's with her, and the other one's with her mother.
One child is with her mother. Do you pay child support for that
Yes,
child?
I do.
How much do you pay in child support?
Well, before she took me to the DA, and they came down with a price, I was paying her about $100 every 2 weeks.
So out of this $20-some-odd thousand, you were paying child support in the amount of $200 a month or $2,400 a year. So Let me hear how you bought this television set and this DVD player and the PlayStation and all that other stuff that you claim that she stole that was yours.
Well, I mean, I get 2 tapes a month. I got a proof right here that I've been going to this guy for years, that I've been buying videotapes from him for years.
What's the rent on the place where you live?
$12.65 with our water and trash. It's come to $1,300.
Who paid the rent?
I paid the rent.
Just a minute. Did you have a joint account?
No, we didn't.
Your Honor, she didn't pay everything at that house. I gave out of each paycheck from $500 to $550 to $600 every single 2 weeks.
That's impossible, sir, on your earnings.
I was bringing home $1,400, $1,500 a month. So how is that impossible? I would barely have money for myself. I would ask her, where's the groceries at?
Grow up.
You grow up.
Okay, you have to understand, Miss Leday, when people live together, there is no way that a court is going to be able to, or wants to, make everybody whole.
Right.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
You chose not to get married. You said he's got a lot of impediments to marriage, but not a lot of impediments to living with him and having a child with him. There are no statutes like there are when you're married. You're married, everything is community property in some states, or it's depending upon who purchased it. When you live together for 5.5 years, no court is going to go back over history to decide whose tape was that and who made the mess here and who broke that dish and who broke that picture frame. It's just not going to happen unless there's a specific act of vandalism. Clearly, according to the police report, there were specific acts of vandalism. You have bills for the sofas that you bought, and they were, in fact, not purchased in February of '01, but according to this bill, they were purchased in August of 2000.
Yes.
All right, so you were mistaken. They weren't purchased just a few months ago.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Doesn't make any difference.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
paid, not $1,700, as you quoted in the police report, but you paid for them a total of $1,432. That you're going to get back from Mr. Holt because he purposefully destroyed them, making them impossible for anybody to use. The police officer also indicates that the bedroom furniture was totally destroyed because he took the drawers out of the furniture, threw them around, making them incapable of being put back. Now, you only paid how much for that?
I paid $600, but it was in '99. It was a while.
Do you have a bill?
I just have a letter from her because it was from a friend.
No, I'm not taking this letter from
Your
a
Honor.
friend.
Okay.
What?
That she bought from a lady in Compton for $175
Not
because she
dealing
was
with
trying
that.
The
I'm not
drawers
dealing
were
with that.
already out.
I'm not dealing with
Okay.
it. Fine. Can't destroy property. It's not nice. Now, you have any bills for the TV, VCR, et
Do
cetera?
I? No.
Yeah,
She
well, then I-
took everything out of the
Then
drawers.
I can't help you.
But
She
I
may have
do, I
taken-
do have bills of what she did take and how much it accumulated to.
I'm going to take a look at them, sir.
Okay.
You need a bill. And if she took everything, then you go back to the store where you bought the TV or where you bought the VCR, and you say, I lost my bill. Get me a duplicate bill, please. Did you do that?
No, I just went and got these tapes. They're just the tapes that I accumulated over the years that it was mine and my daughter's when it was our special moment together.
Do you still have visitation with your daughter?
No, I got to take her to court to get visitations.
All right. Let me just see his list so he feels as if I've looked at it.
May I say something? Your
Sure.
Honor? The tapes that he's speaking about are Dragon Ball Z cartoon tapes. Mr. Holt and I purchased those tapes together because our daughter enjoys those tapes. Mr. Holt told me when he was crying to me 2 weeks after his little affair, he called me 2 weeks telling me that he was sorry and that he still loved me, and whatever I do, keep the Dragon Ball Z tapes for Taylor and to just make sure that I keep the collection up. I told him, I said, okay, fine. I can do that with no problem. The TV...
I'm not dealing with the TV.
Okay, we're out for the TV.
Forget
You
the
did say
TV,
that.
forget the
Okay.
VCR. My question is, do you have the tape?
I sure do. And
I want you to do me this favor.
Okay.
No, do me a favor, we'll put it in an order.
Okay.
I want you to box up the tapes.
Okay.
In really good condition.
I will.
And give them back to him.
Okay.
Because if he eventually gets visitation with the child, then he'll be able to watch them with her. And if he doesn't, he can sit and watch them himself. Okay, go ahead.
I've been collecting these tapes and a lot of this stuff for a long time. Now, these tapes I put on shelves. They're in like mint condition. I collect these tapes because they add up to pictures. She's the type of person that will let everybody just take them, bend them up, wreck them up.
You're getting your tapes back.
Messed
She's
up?
not paying for them. There's no proof that they're messed up, sir.
When she hands them to me, it will be.
I didn't hear what he said. Did you hear what he said? So I'm not interested in what he said. There's no proof that they're messed up, sir. She doesn't appear to be the kind of woman that if her daughter wanted to watch a tape, what she would do is she would purposefully damage it so her daughter couldn't watch it. Right. So you're going to get your tapes back within 5 days, and you owe $1,432 for the couch. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Make sure a woman doesn't help you out with nothing. You do it all on your own.
Nobody likes him except for the Happy Meal that he have right now. He traded in filet mignon and lobster for a Happy Meal, and he has to be the toy, so that's what you get.
And now the next case.
All parties on Bennett versus Handel. Step forward, please.
30-year-old horticulturist Lisa Bennett is suing her ex-boyfriend, 28-year-old photographer John Handel, for a series of unpaid loans and damage to her home.
Ms. Bennett, according to your complaint, you met the defendant, began dating, he lost his job, you lent him some money, broke up, now you want it back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defendant says that he acknowledges that he owes you some money, but 1/3 of what you are claiming. So, when did you meet him? When did you start to make these loans, and for what?
He was my next-door neighbor. We met about a year prior to us dating, and about a month after we had dated, he didn't have any money because he lost his job. He refused to go to work. He would lie to his boss and said...
Don't tell me, but he lost his job.
He lost his job, and he didn't have money to cover the December bills. So I took his sob story, and I paid for all of the bills for the month of December. In January, he didn't have any money to cover the month of January either, so I agreed to let him move in with me on the 15th. He did give me $250 for rent, and that was about it. And he lived with me for a month and a half before I finally was at my wit's ends with him and kicked him out.
How much were the bills that you paid for him in the month of December?
December, the rent was $595 times 28% interest for 6 months.
Just give me $595.
$595 in rent and $422.20 in other things like car insurance and his electric, cable, things like that.
Then he moved in with you?
Yes.
Where does the other money come from?
The first thing is he spilled chlorophyll on my beige carpet in my spare bedroom. So I feel that...
When did he spill this on your carpet?
About 2 weeks after he moved in. And he promised me that he would pay to have the carpet cleaned.
Did you have it cleaned?
Yes, I did.
How much was it to have it cleaned?
$91.50.
Did you promise to have the carpet cleaned?
Yes.
What's next?
He also put a hole in the wall when he was moving out that he needs to...
Did you put a hole in the wall?
I was disassembling my computer desk. A piece had fallen over and punched a hole about this size in the wall, and I did offer to pay for that repair.
And what is that repair?
That was at $25.
What's next?
That's it, minus the interest from my credit card debt.
The bills alone that you paid for him come to $1,133.50. Where do you get $3,000 from?
Because I have a 6-month interest fee on the December charges that I did for him. The interest is mounting, and I feel that he should pay that because he did put those on my credit cards knowing that he was going to have to pay the interest as well.
No, you never told me that he agreed to pay interest.
He knew that there was going to be interest because I put them on my credit cards.
We're still not up to $3,000, Ms. Bennett.
He also ran up my phone bill while he was living there. He did not pay any expenses. I paid for his food. I paid for everything when he was living there for a month and a half.
So?
Well, I think that he should pay for at least part of the phone bill that he ran up.
Did you have that as an agreement with him?
He was supposed to pay me some money back as soon as he got a job, which he never did.
So he never did.
Your Honor, there was some conversation between Lisa and I stating that of what I was willing to give her. At the time I had lost my job, at that time she offered for me to come live with her. There was no, you owe me, you know, after this is over or till you get back on your feet.
No, listen to me, sir. She feels as if you should pay her for the time that you were living there some of the expenses. But there was never that agreement. She feels as if it would be right. Well, we don't deal with that in court. We deal with what contracts are made. Contracts are made either verbally or...
I have contracts here, Your Honor.
Contracts from what?
One from my witness who couldn't make it.
Forget it. I'm not interested. Take it, throw it in the garbage. Next.
It's another witness statement.
Take it and throw it in the garbage. What else?
I have a check here that I had given her.
You gave her a check for how much?
$200.
Was that for expenses while you were living there?
Yes, just for, that's the only money I could come across at the time I was unemployed.
Fine, so you still owe her $1,133.50. Right?
Okay.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Parties are, yeah, this is case number 337 on the calendar in the matter of Shin versus you. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Ms. Shin, it is your allegation that the defendants offered to watch your dog for you because the place where you were living didn't accept dogs.
Yes, correct.
And now they refuse to give her back.
Yes, correct. I've had this dog since
Just
the birth.
wait a second.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Just a sec, please. Please don't talk. I do talk. You do answer. When did you turn the dog over to the defendants?
April 22nd of this year.
And when, for the first time, did you ask for the dog back?
In the beginning of October. But we had an agreement.
Just a second. So they had the dog for a little over 6 months.
Yes.
This was a friend of yours?
Yes.
How long had you been living in your apartment?
I've been living there for 8 months.
Before the dog was turned over to them?
Yes.
And the dog was living with you for 8 months?
My sister...
Don't tell me your sister. The dog was living with you for that 8-month period?
Temporary.
Was living with you?
Yes.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Just a second. So why all of a sudden did you turn the dog over to the defendants?
I lived with my sister, and I moved out in December of last year. My landlord wouldn't let me keep the dog, so I had asked my sister to take care of it for me, but she was pregnant at the time, so she could not take care of the dog. So I had asked Jennifer, I have known her for over 10 years, and I had asked her if she could watch my dog until I find a new place where I could take Penny back, and she agreed.
How old is this dog?
He's now 2 years old now.
All right. So the dog lived with your sister, and then you moved into a place where you lived for 8 months. The dog did not live with you. You gave the dog to them, another 6 months. So all in total, how many months did the dog live with you?
1.5 years.
That's a lie.
That's 2 years old.
Okay, good. The math doesn't work out there, Miss Shin. How often in the 6 months that the dog was living with the defendants did you visit with the dog?
At least once every week, sometimes every day.
That's
at
a
least
lie.
Once
I
every
remember
week.
her
I went
coming
by.
over every day.
My sister went by
If
to visit.
anything.
I'm not talking about your sister. I'm talking about you. How often did you go to visit with this dog during the 6-month period?
At least once a week, once every week.
To see me, not the dog.
So once a week. How far did you live from the defendants?
5 minutes away.
So you could have gone over every day.
Sometimes I went over every day. I went over there every chance I could.
They were friends. I mean,
We were friends. She came to see me, not the dog. I mean, yeah, when she came, she saw the dog, but she never ever called me once to say that she's going to come see Penny. It was because
Your
we
Honor,
had plans.
that's a lie.
No, we
Just
had
a
plans.
second, just a second.
We had plans that maybe she came over to see me.
Just a second.
And she never had possession of the
Did you
dog.
say? Hey.
listen.
How much money did you give the defendants in the 6-month period to take care of the dog? Food, vet bills, grooming bills?
I did not give them any cash. When she first came over to my
So the
house,
answer is you gave them nothing.
I gave them all the supplies. Big bag of dog food, shampoo, conditioner, dog's bed, everything.
That was just leftover from
Just
when
a
she had
second.
it.
I'm talking about in the 6 months the dog was there, not when she first took the dog, which is the supplies that you had in the house. I'm talking about if she was merely babysitting for this dog for you. It would seem to me you would have an arrangement to say, look, I don't want you to spend any money on, what kind of dog is that, a Maltese?
Maltese, yes.
I don't want you to spend money on grooming, on vet bills, on food, or anything else. You're just watching this dog for me. I want to pay you.
I have the grooming bills here too.
If they do have it, I've told them I'm willing to pay for
That's
it.
not what I'm
not the
asking
point.
you. So you lived in your apartment for 8 months, and they had the dog for 6 months. Then you went and found a new place to live.
Yes,
And the new place allows dogs.
yes,
So you want the dog back.
yes.
What is your version of how the dog came into your possession?
Okay, basically, she never had possession of their dog, Penny. Her sister, took care of Penny. She was giving birth, and she couldn't have a dog in the house. She asked me for a favor, if I could give Penny a new home. And I told her that I'm going to ask my brother, because I live with my parents and my brother, and I know my brother loves dogs. So I never owned a dog myself, so I didn't know. So I told her that, I'll ask my brother and my family. I told her maybe a couple days or a week later that my brother was willing to take care of the dog. And there was times before they gave Penny up, they sold this dog, once before, and they got it back. I mean, who gives a dog away?
When did they sell the dog
A
before?
couple months before, they sold the dog. They took it back.
Then now they gave it to us and they took it back.
Under what circumstances? Do you know the story about how they
Yeah,
sold
they just
it?
wanted to get rid of the dog because they knew
Your
they
Honor,
couldn't house
that's
the
a
dog.
lie.
Just a second.
It wasn't convenient for them.
Yeah,
and they
and they
think
got-
that they can give this dog a new home anytime that it's inconvenient for them.
Just a minute. Who did
And
they
that's
sell
not
the
fair.
dog to?
They put an ad out and they sold it to someone.
Did you put an ad in the paper for the dog?
Yes, I did.
When?
In November of last year. Because at that time, my sister was pregnant. I was living with my sister. I had no intentions of moving out. So my sister was pregnant. We could not take care of my dog. So I put out an ad in the newspaper, and someone wanted to buy it for $300. They had it for a day, and my sister kept crying. She could not sleep, eat. She had a hard time getting over it. So we called them back, and we told them that we want our dog back. Is there any possible way if we could buy the dog back? They said, well, we paid $300 for it, and we took Penny to the vet, grooming. Are you willing to pay all the fees that we pay for? So we paid them double, $600, to bring Penny back. And we
Because,
will-
just a second, because your sister couldn't sleep?
We sold Penny.
No. Because your sister couldn't sleep. That's what you said.
She couldn't sleep. She was crying. She was having a hard time getting over Penny.
Fine, but then your sister said, I can't take care of Penny anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
No, we bought Penny back, so we
You
brought
bought
him
Penny back.
And then I moved out in December.
And then your sister said, I can't take care
No,
of
so
Penny
that's why
anymore.
I had it temporary. I had it in my apartment without my manager knowing, and my manager found out that I had a dog, and he told me that I cannot keep my dog in my apartment.
Shin,
That's
listen to
when I
me.
asked Jennifer.
You didn't say to me that when you sold this dog before to somebody else, you thought you made a mistake. You couldn't sleep at night. You couldn't eat. You said your sister.
Me and my sister.
No, that's not what you said.
No,
you
and
said
then
my sister. You said my sister.
I am the one who paid $600 out of my pocket to bring Penny back. I'm the one that drove over there
that
to
hard for
Torrance
you to get over,
to bring Penny back.
Don't.
And then
what?
Without telling my manager, I snuck Penny into my apartment. I kept him for a while, and then my manager found out. He told me that I need to either move out or take Penny to somewhere else. So I brought Penny back to my sister, and then that's when Jennifer offered me.
Just a second. You brought the dog back to your sister, and your sister said, I can't manage a dog because I'm pregnant now.
Penny was only there for a week.
Did you hear what I said? Your sister said to you, I can't take her now, because otherwise you would have left the dog with your sister, right? Right? I mean, if you moved into a place where you couldn't keep the dog, and your sister, who couldn't sleep at night 2 months before, she would have said, fine, I'll keep Penny until you find another place to stay. But your sister said, I can't keep her.
She was pregnant. That's why I kept it in my apartment without my
So
manager's
she got over
approval.
being hysterical.
Sharon Shin says former friend Jennifer Yu and her brother Jay Yu refused to return her Maltese named Penny. Jennifer and Jay say Sharon abandoned the dog.
My next question to you, Ms. Shin, is if you had the kind of love and affection that you seem to want me to believe that you had for this dog, why didn't you find an apartment in a month?
I tried to. I found
2 months.
The place that I
3
moved-
months. 4 months.
The place that
6 months later?
Yes, but I trusted these people. They had agreed that they would watch Penny for me until
Miss
I
Shin,
could
that's
find
not
a
what
place.
that's not what I'm saying to you. We're not talking about a cup or a desk or a pair of glasses. We're talking about an animal that has a feeling. You want to know how I know? Just stand there for a minute and I'm going to show you.
아니 그게 좋아하면 왜 전에 팔았었냐고 그러는 거예요. 전에 팔았다가 왜 너는 지금 네가 그렇게 말하는 거.
This one's mine. This one's mine. Lulu, come sit here with me. This one's mine. When I went to find a new apartment and the landlord said, you can't have a dog, I don't care if they were offering me a palace. It's not worth it, because if a dog is part of your life, is part of your soul, you don't move into a place where you can't have a dog. And you don't give up a dog for 6 months and let it bond with another family and then say, I want it back. You don't do that.
Thank you.
You don't do that. That's outrageous.
Yes, but
Go buy another dog.
That's what they told me, Your Honor.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. Go buy another dog.
Your Honor, I've had this dog since the birth.
You've never had this dog.
Just a minute. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. You didn't. The dog lived with your sister.
I
Then the
lived
dog
with my
lived with
sister.
them.
I lived with my sister for a year
Listen
after
to
he
me.
gave birth.
You lived with your sister. Then your sister had the dog. Then you moved into an apartment for 8 months. Then they have the dog for 6 months.
7 months.
7 months. Now you want the dog back? You're not bonded with this dog. Because if you were bonded, you would not have moved to an apartment where you couldn't have dogs. That's the first question you ask. You say, I have a pet. So if you move into a place that says no pets, you say no pets, no me. And you go someplace else. But you don't let your dog bond with another family and then say, I want it back. This is not an animal that you've had for 10 years. You had this animal, all told, maybe for a year. But not the last year. The last year, they've given this dog a home and affection and attention. So if you want another Maltese, go buy one.
Your Honor, this dog belongs to me.
Not anymore. Your case is dismissed.
Your Honor,
goodbye.
please. I have the evidence here.
You may step out.
This isn't fair. They agreed that they'll watch the dog for me until I find a place. It's a temporary agreement, and now they're saying they're denying the whole fact that they. I trusted these people.
She's just inconsiderate and she's very selfish, obviously, because she just thinks that this is Penny's an object, and it's not. She can't give it away anytime she feels like it's inconvenient to her and take it back whenever.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of DeRosa versus Lane, step forward, please.
22-year-old hairstylist Angela DeRosa is suing former friend, 24-year-old customer service rep Michael Lane, for the cost of rims for his Mustang and a new Movado watch. Michael says they were both gifts.
Mr. Rosa, you claimed 2 loans to the defendant.
Yes, I did.
Why would you make him loans to begin with? You had a relationship with him?
We were friends. He got into a car accident. He needed help. He wanted rims for his car, so I helped him out.
All right, he got into a car accident, and you were just friends.
Yep. When he got into his car accident, I was the person he called to come get him.
Look at me. He got into an accident with his car. You came and rescued him.
I came, picked him up at the hospital.
And now tell me about the rims.
He wanted particular rims for his car.
How much after the accident?
It was right after the accident. The ones they were going to give him were the same ones he had before, but he wanted something bigger for his car, so he wanted 17-inch ones. So I made a phone call to my uncle. He got me the name of a place where I could get them at a good deal.
Did you tell him that you were doing that?
Yes, I did.
What did you say to him?
I said, I found them.
Look at me.
I said, I found them for $7.94.
And what did he say?
Yeah, let's do it.
And what did you say?
I said, all right, you need to write a check out, whatever, and then we need to figure out how many days can I get them to you. He wanted them right away, so we had to pay for extra shipping and handling. So I did it, and he was supposed to give me half the money when they came, but he never did because he didn't cash his check.
Well, you didn't say anything about him giving you money. You just said that you got him the rims. When was he supposed to give you money?
That was a deal we made. I would help him out with them when he asked me.
Helping him out by loaning him the money?
Yes. It wasn't a gift, it was a loan.
That's what you say. He says it was a gift. Mr. Rosa, why didn't he pay for the rims himself?
He didn't have the money.
Why didn't he have the money?
I don't know. He said he didn't have the money.
So then why did you do it?
Because I was being nice.
And that was very foolish. He wants 17-inch rims instead of 14-inch rims. He's got to compensate for something. So you say, listen, you don't got the money, go with the 14 inches. When were the rims? In what month?
I want to say August.
What else do you claim you loaned him money for?
The watch. Actually, he has the watch on right now on his wrist.
Yeah, so when did you
loan him? He
loan
went with me to go pick it up.
When?
We went to go pick it out, I think, in October or September. And we went to go write a check out, but...
Just a second. When did you actually transfer money for the watch?
October.
So 2 or 3 months after the rims hadn't been paid for.
Yep.
Right? So now he wants a new watch. Now tell me how it came about that you turned over any money to him for this new watch.
Because he had given me some money for it.
How much did he give you?
He gave me $150.
When?
That day we went to go get it.
Well, how did it come about that he came to get this new watch in the first place?
He saw it, he said he wanted it. He was going to write out a check, he couldn't write out a check. I figured I could write one out. They didn't take mine, so I said I'd go back and I would withdraw the money. And as we were leaving, he said that he needed the money back, and he'd give me the money when I gave him the watch. So I went back the next day and picked it up.
And paid for it?
Yep. And he was supposed to meet up with me to give me half the money. When I met up with him, he didn't pay it me.
What about the watch?
The watch was a gift. Actually, my birthday's in June, and we went in July. So it's a correction of the date there. And she said, this is, I didn't get you anything for your birthday, so I'm going to grab you this watch because I know you want it. The watch itself was something that I could have done without. I didn't need it. At the time, I had my another watch.
What'd you need the rims for?
My car insurance was going to pay for the rims. The rims that I wanted. It wasn't a necessity. I mean, it's something, yeah, I wanted, but it's something that she offered. And I said, honestly, I go, at the time, you know, we were friends, and it wasn't an intimate relationship, but it was to the fact that she cared about me, and I appreciate it. But it's something that, if I know I'm not going to be able to pay somebody back, I'm not going to go ahead and offer, you know, say, listen, I'm going to pay you back later on down the road. I know that the circumstances at the time, I couldn't pay you back. So I most certainly wasn't going to take anything. So, you know.
Mr. Lane.
Yes.
You lied right there.
Just a second. Mr. Rosa, because you acted foolishly doesn't mean you get paid.
I didn't act foolishly.
Yes. Oh, yes, you did.
Actually,
yes, you did.
He just said that I got it to him as a gift. Actually, the gift that was given to him for his birthday is a tattoo that's tattooed on his arm that was paid for. That's what was given to
Mr.
him.
Rosa, if you don't think you acted foolishly, I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. Let's say I believe your scenario that this man who had no way to make any money of consequence wanted 17-inch rims for his car at a cost of $800 when the insurance company was going to give him 14-inch rims. And if you liked him and if he was your friend, you say, that's nice, you want to buy him? Buy him. But you knew he didn't have any money.
That's not true, because I used to help him out by cashing his checks for him because he didn't have his bank account check yet, so I would cash him for him and give him the cash from his check.
I have direct deposit.
He said he had to pay back his cousin.
So he said he had to pay back his cousin, so he wasn't giving you any money. You did a very foolish thing, and after you did the first foolish thing by buying him these rims, let me tell you what you wrote here in your complaint, which I found very interesting. You said, defendant decided he wanted new rims for his tire. He was very persistent on getting them, so I special ordered them for him and had them delivered to him right away.
Yes. He was at my house the day he called me and said, did you get them yet? Did the rims come yet? He used to sit at my house. Did they get there yet? I have to go to work. Where are the rims? Why aren't they there? I have to have them dropped off.
He used you. He's not a nice person. Let me tell you something. From what he just told me, he's not a nice person. He has a bad character because he said to me, I knew I couldn't pay you back. I didn't want her to buy me any presents. I didn't want anything from her. She knew I couldn't pay her back, but he took them. He took the rims, and he took the watch, and he's wearing the rims. He's wearing the watch. I'd like him to wear the rims. He's wearing the watch, and he's driving around on the rims. So he is a person of poor character. Because if what he's intimated in his answer is true, he said you liked him more than he liked you, and therefore he took advantage of you, which makes him a bum.
Yeah.
Okay? But it makes you stupid, for which you do not get paid. Your case is dismissed.
Party. Yeah, this is case number 244 on the calendar in the matter of Nickerson versus Monk. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Nickerson, the defendant is a former boyfriend of yours, and it is your claim that he purposely totaled your car by smashing into it.
Mm-hmm.
This was after he had ceased to be your boyfriend.
Right.
Mr. Monk does not deny that he did, in fact, smash into your car, but he has two defenses. One, it was that it was really just an accident, and second, that you should have had more insurance, right?
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure I got it right.
Mm-hmm.
When did he cease being your boyfriend?
That night.
Good. It was a good answer. When did this happen?
August 7th.
Where were you?
I was at a friend's house.
Male friend?
Yes.
About what time?
About 7, 8-ish.
He came over.
He followed me.
What happened?
He knocked on the door, and my friend said, I think your boyfriend is outside. I said, oh, no, quit playing. And then he got more furious. Aisha, if you don't come out here. And so I finally...
You mean the defendant got more furious?
Yeah. He started yelling my name, and I was paranoid. And then I finally opened the door, and I came out there, and he was ranting and raving.
What was he saying to you?
Oh, it was belligerent.
What was he saying?
Oh, you know, how could you do this to me? Why are you here? Yada, yada.
And what did you say to him?
You know, I just said I was over a friend's house. By this time, I'm mad because he's embarrassing me at my friend's house. So I was getting upset with him, and I told him none of his business. And then he got more upset. Then this is in the back of the house, and then we're walking. He threw someone's garbage can on the ground, and I'm paranoid. Then I got on my cell phone. I called the police because he was getting violent. He was getting in my face.
He was getting in your face, and he threw somebody's garbage can?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Then we proceeded to the front where my car was parked, and his car was parked on across the street. Okay, and then we were arguing, and then he got in his car. It looks like he was going to take off and leave, but I guess the devil got in him. And so he did a donut, and he sped and totaled my car. 360 turn and totaled my car.
What kind of car did you have?
A 2001 Corolla Toyota, 3 months old. My first new car.
Okay. You have a different version of what happened?
Yes.
I'll hear you.
First of all, we were still together on that day when.
Okay, you were still
when
together.
the thing happened, yes. And I did not follow her. I was not following her. I was on my way somewhere else, and I just happened to pass by that area, and I seen her car outside the home.
How big an area do you live in?
What do you mean?
You live in a city or?
Yeah, it's a town. It's a town.
How many people live in that town?
I don't know, a couple thousand, about 50,000.
So you're just around 50,000. So you just happen to be
more,
going
maybe
down
more.
that street.
Yeah, I was going down that street.
Okay, go ahead.
Where I was going, I was passing that area.
I got you.
But anyway.
Believe me, I got you. Go ahead.
Anyway, so I see her car there. So I was on my way to do something, so I continued to do what I was doing. I called her cell phone.
When you said you saw her car there, was it parked in the street or in a driveway?
Yeah, it was parked on the street. The street I'm going down, if I look that way, I can see her car parked right there. And I know her car, and I know that she knows people that stay in that house. That's why I knew it was her.
Ah, there you go. Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, I proceeded to call her on the phone, and she didn't answer her phone, so that made me suspect something even further. So after I finished doing what I was doing, I came back over there, and I knocked on the door. Nobody answered, so that, like she said, that made me more mad, and I was getting restless and upset. So I was calling her name out, and finally she came out. We got in a heated discussion. Things were getting too hot, you know, I was getting too upset, so I jumped in my car and I proceeded to leave. My car was parked opposite of hers on the other side of the street. I went to make a U-turn. By this time, I'm so upset that I'm driving reckless. So I lost control when I was coming back after making a U-turn, and my car went into hers.
Right. Okay, now, let's talk about the damage. The car's been totaled?
It's totaled. It was not up.
What kind of insurance did you have on this brand new car?
The worst insurance in the world. Due to my age, I had to go with the cheap insurance. So I went to this place, but it was full coverage because you can't drive it off the lot without full coverage. So they're telling me they can only pay the blue book. So apparently the dealer must have gotten over on me on the overall price of the car, which regardless of the case, I paid for it. That was my decision.
Let me see the paperwork. How old are you?
24.
So, according to this letter from the insurance company, they're prepared to give you $14,541.
Right.
And did you have a loan on this car?
Yes.
And what was the total loan amount on the car?
$19,100 something.
Who went with you to buy this car?
He did.
Did you shop around at all?
Yeah. I was shocked I got approved. I was happy. It had a nice steering wheel.
A nice what?
Steering wheel. Leather.
What kind of work do you do?
I work at customer service.
For whom?
Kaiser.
For how long?
3 years.
How much do you earn?
Not a lot.
How much do you earn?
Yearly, about $30,000.
How many payments did you make on this car?
Like 4 payments.
And how much were your payments?
$365.
A month?
Yes. Plus $120 of that insurance.
120 of the 365 was for insurance?
Mm-hmm, the insurance. That lousy insurance. Can I say their name? The insurance name?
Sure.
I can?
Sure.
They suck.
Good. Aisha Nickerson claims ex-boyfriend Carl Monk crashed into her car during a jealous rage. Carl says it was definitely an accident.
What percentage of interest do you have on this loan, do you know?
10%, 10.9.
You're not a very good shopper.
I was just with her. I wasn't helping her along.
Well, you have to deduct the payments that you've already made to the company, because you don't have a payout figure, do you?
No.
Okay. That would leave a balance that you owe the company of about $3,765. Now, Mr. Monk, you hit a car.
Yes.
Gotta
It was an
pay.
accident.
Well, it wasn't her accident. It was your accident.
But it was an accident.
No, it wasn't her accident. It was your accident. She wasn't in her car. Her car was standing. Her car didn't move over to your car, right?
Right.
You hit her car.
True.
All riled up, angry, whatever else it was. Her car's not responsible for your anger. You are. So you got to pay her. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,765. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't agree with it.
I think justice was served.
Yeah, don't act on emotion.
Stay single.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Staley versus Thompson, step forward, please.
37-year-old trucker John Staley says during a visit with his sister, 38-year-old customer service rep Terry Thompson, she attacked him with a hammer. John says Terry lied to police and had him arrested for domestic violence.
Mr. Staley, the defendant is your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
And according to your complaint, she filed a false police report causing you to be arrested, spending a day in jail. Those charges were subsequently dismissed, but you want her to pay for your lost wages.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? When did this incident occur that caused you to be arrested?
August 9th,
And where did it take place?
at the defendant's home of residence.
What were you doing there?
On August 9th, I came home to my home, and I found my niece, my oldest niece, on the phone. I
Your
asked
oldest
her-
niece is your daughter?
Yes.
Go ahead.
She was calling people on the phone, and she advised me that her car had broken down. She didn't have any money on her, and she needed help getting the car towed to get the car fixed. And she asked for my assistance. At the point, I didn't really have any money, but as we were discussing this, the tow truck showed up at my residence. So I told Lori to go with the tow truck driver to go get the car, have the vehicle towed, and I would go to the bank, withdraw money to pay for the towing. And Lori needed to go back to her mother's house, so I took Lori back to her mother's house, and that's what I was doing there.
And what happened when you got there?
I walked with Lori upstairs to the apartment. I stayed in the hallway.
Your Honor,
of the-
don't put your hand up yet. You'll have an opportunity to tell me your side of the story.
I stayed in the hallway while Lori went in and got her things, and there was a discussion that Terry made about that I owed her an apology over an incident that took place 2 years ago. She
Have
made.
you spoken to your sister since?
I haven't spoken to my sister since February or March of this year.
But you were outside in the hallway.
I was in the hallway of the apartment.
She came out to the hallway
Yes, she did.
to tell you
She
that
wanted an apology, and she made some statements, and I told her she needed to get her facts straight on that issue, but I wasn't going to apologize for this incident. It's 2 years old, and there was no need, and I felt I was in the right of that incident.
Okay.
And she told me to leave, and I tried telling her that I needed to take Lori back to get her car, and she said, "No, you're not." She demanded that I leave, and if I didn't leave, she was going to go in, get a hammer, and she was going to beat me with the hammer. And I said, "Fine." So I turned around, I started walking down the steps. I was on the second step when my sister tried shoving me down the stairs. As she was pushing for me from behind, I turned around with my arm, I raised my arm in defense, and at the same time, I tried to maintain my balance on the stairwell.
Had she gotten the hammer?
Not at that point. She got hysterical and everything. She started screaming out loud, and she ran back into her apartment. And I started walking down the stairs, and I was at the first turnaround. There's 3 flights of stairs, and there's a turnaround at one point, and that's when she emerged with the hammer from the apartment.
Did she come down the stairs to
Yes,
where
she
you
did.
were?
I started running down the stairs. I was at the bottom of the stairs when we came together, and she went to swing the hammer, and I put my hands up in a high blocking fashion, and the hammer caught my right forearm, and then I returned a kick to Terry, kicking her away from me, and this bought me a couple seconds to get out the door. Terry then chased me out the door, and I turned and I tossed my keys at Terry. I missed Terry, and my keys went into the bushes on the east side of the doorwell. And then she continued to swing the hammer, and she started yelling to her neighbors, "Call 911! I'm being assaulted!" as she was swinging the hammer.
Did you report this to the police?
Yes, I did.
When?
What happened was Lori came out, and I ended up taking Lori back to her car.
When did you report this to the police?
After I dropped my niece off at her car, I went straight to the sheriff's department.
And what happened when you got there?
They interviewed me, and I told them about the apology and
Told them the story.
told them the story. They said they had to talk to Terry about the hammer because she didn't originally tell them about the hammer.
And they come back and they said she admitted to using the hammer and that I admitted to kicking her. And as far as they were concerned, this was mutual combat. And their policy is to take one of us to jail. They elected me because I was already there.
And subsequently, the charges were dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see your paperwork, please. Now, Ms. Thompson, you tell me your version of these events, please.
He's been told several times, this would meaning the 5th time of this year, that he doesn't need to be over harassing me or coming over to my apartment. There's no reason for him to be over there since we do not get along. There's been a few domestic disputes in the past.
Whatever. Your daughter came home to gather some
Yeah.
stuff. Your brother is standing outside in the hallway of your apartment. What happened from there?
Okay, well, I buzzed my daughter to get in. I only seen my daughter get in.
Fine, your brother is standing in the landing.
He pushed his way in my
Where was he in
apartment.
the apartment?
He was standing in the living room.
Is the living room as soon as you enter into the door?
Yep.
Fine. Okay, so he's standing in the living room. What happened next?
He was trying to say hi, and he was being very much agitating and aggressive. And I said, why are you here? You know, you don't get along. We don't get along.
What did he tell you?
He was very much trying to say hi,
No,
very
Miss Thompson.
jumping up and down.
Miss Thompson, pay careful attention to me.
Okay.
He was there because he had brought your daughter there, right?
He could have waited in the car.
Just a second. Answer my question.
Yes.
He was there because he brought your daughter there.
Yes.
And he was waiting for her.
No.
He took her back to get her car.
That's correct.
Right. She got her things, and eventually, after this altercation, she left with him. Is that right?
That's correct.
Now, I want you to tell me about this hammer that you admit that you hit him with.
First, he punched me first before I got a chance.
Where did that take place?
It happened in the hallway.
What level of the staircase did it happen where he punched you?
On the 2nd level.
Was he in front of you or behind you?
He was in front of me.
What were you doing following him out of the building?
He was still agitating me the whole way.
What were you doing following him as he was leaving the building?
Your Honor, he's constantly over in my apartment.
I don't care about constantly over. I'm asking you, he's leaving. You told him to leave. He's on his way down the stairs.
Right, agitatingly.
Not agitating, leaving the building. Whether he's leaving the building and he's saying words to you or he's not saying words to you, he's leaving. If he was agitating you, you close your door to your apartment, you say, my goodness, I'm glad he's out of here. You close the door, case closed. What were you following him for?
To make sure I didn't want him to come back.
When did you get the hammer?
I got it out from my closet in my apartment.
What did you call the police for?
I've constantly called the police.
No, I don't care constantly. What did you call the police for today, that day?
Because he was over again at my apartment harassing me.
Miss Thompson, was your daughter moving out of your apartment? Is that why she came over?
No, she just wanted one thing, a paycheck. She was in there for a second and out.
So she just came home to get a paycheck, right?
Right.
When did she tell you that she was just there to get a paycheck?
She didn't even bother telling me.
She walked in the door and you said something.
He followed her up.
When your daughter walked in the house,
okay,
did she tell you what she was doing there?
No, first she said, John is behind me.
Fine.
And then he pushed his way in. And then she went to get her check to get him out of there.
That's not why she went to get her check. That is not why she went to get her check. She came to the house because she had to get a check. She asked him for a ride. He was not there uninvited by someone who lives in your house. Does your daughter live with you? Does your daughter live with you?
No, she doesn't.
Did she live with you then?
No.
Okay, but her check was in your home?
She came over to visit me, and the check was in her pants pocket, and she came back to pick up her check.
So she leaves clothes in your house?
There's times she visits.
So she leaves clothes in your house?
Yes.
So she invited him to drive her home. She walked in and said to you, John's behind me. Not John's behind me, he's stalking me. He followed me here in order to hurt you.
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
No, he didn't, Miss Thompson. Now, Miss Thompson, you told him to leave, and he was leaving. And your daughter was still upstairs. You're the one who gets agitated. Because you were following him down the stairs, you went upstairs, and you got a hammer.
And he couldn't stay in his car?
He could have stayed in his car.
Mm-hmm.
Sure he could have. That doesn't give you license to go and get a hammer and assault him with a hammer. That doesn't give you license to do that. He's not a stranger. It's not somebody that you don't know. You may not get along with your brother, Miss Thompson, but that doesn't give you license to pick up a deadly weapon and to use it at all. And you're absolutely responsible for his lost day's wages, which in this case, all he's suing for is $134.84. You got it. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step